Hi friends, welcome back to another video. My name is Lindsay and this is my channel Lindsay Talks a Lot. Today is just going to be a chill reading vlog. It's Sunday, kind of a dreary day outside. I've had a really busy month and just really haven't had a chance to just like sit down and read and relax and just spend the day doing nothing. So that's exactly what I want to do today. I will start out by saying that I have actually finished Finlay Donovan Knocks 'Em Dead by Ellie Casamano. I had started this yesterday. I actually finished it in one day. And I was gonna vlog yesterday, but time just got the best of me and I was doing a lot in between reading. And I also didn't know how I felt about updating on this because it is a sequel. I will say, like, the main plot point of this book, which it's in the summary, so it's not a spoiler. Finlay actually finds out that her ex-husband Steven has a hit on him. So in the first book, she ends up getting mistaken as an assassin and a woman pays her to get rid of her husband. And so like all these shenanigans ensue. It was a hilarious book. I gave it 5 stars. I did enjoy this one quite thoroughly as well. I would say it's like a 4.5. I'm trying not to be biased because I've heard so many people say like as the series continues, the quality of the book declines. So like when I was reading this, I feel like I maybe was judging it because it's like, oh, well, other people said that this one wasn't as good. But you know, I did really enjoy it. I love Finlay as a character. I love her friendship with Vero. I felt like Elle continued with the theme of like Finlay discovering these things in real time and being like, okay, so we know this and we know that, but I can't put all the pieces together. And I really enjoyed that she has all these little tidbits of information that Finlay finds out, but she's able to hold all these secrets together until the very end with the final reveal. And it doesn't feel like cheesy or too far-fetched or just dumb. Like, I did really enjoy it. The one thing I think is a little bit silly in here are the romances. So there's 2 guys that Finlay's like kind of dating, and I don't understand. Like, I'm sorry, but Finlay's a hot mess express, and I don't know why these guys are into her. Like, I don't know, it's just a little strange, especially because one of them is a cop, and in the first book she does something that like really upsets them and kind of sets their relationship off. And then in the second book he like forgives her and they kind of start to like intermingle. But I'm like, with all this stuff that Finlay's doing and like all the secrets that she's keeping, it's just, I don't know. But I mean, it's fun. It like adds a little more element, but it's just a little unrealistic. You know, there are some points where you kind of have to suspend your disbelief. But to me, it's just a fun read and I'm having a good time. And it's just something easy to keep me entertained. Next, I finally was able to start Bird Box, and I'm absolutely loving this. So this book follows our main character, Mallory, and she has been living in this pandemic, I don't want to say apocalyptic world, but it's definitely not a safe place to be living. So in this world, there is something that people see that causes them to become violent. So either they end themselves or they end other people in a very violent and horrific way. And nobody knows what it is. They don't know why it happens. They don't really understand how it happens other than you see this thing and you lose your mind. And so Mallory has 2 kids. They're 4 years old in the current timeline, and she calls them boy and girl. And we get flashbacks into the past when this pandemic first started, and Mallory's journey with like people she meets, the experiences that she has as they're all kind of learning together like what this is. And then we go back into the present time where she's using all these things that she's learned throughout her life living in this scary world to survive. And I just like this point of view. I think it's really interesting in the way like the internal struggles that she has. Like, is she doing the right thing by her kids? Like, is it even right to be training her kids to survive when there's nothing for them to even look for? Like, her kids have never seen outside of this house that they're living in. They've never looked outside. They've been trained, like, literally from birth to survive, essentially. And you know, their lives are very serious and very depressing. And she decides, I'm not totally sure why, but she decides one day that they're going to leave this house and go on this journey to a safer place. And it's really eerie, it's really creepy, it's building up a lot of suspense. And I like the idea of the tricks that your mind can play on you. And like, of course, they have to take all these sounds they hear seriously. But at the same time, like, your imagination can really get the best of you. Like, every little twig snap, every little noise, every little splash, they have to wonder, like, is this something that can hurt me and harm me? And they're making this trip completely blindfolded. And it's just super interesting. It's really creepy, and I really want to watch the movie now. I'm hoping I can do that tonight. But I'm only like 80 pages in, so I'll definitely update you guys a little bit later. You guys, this was so good. Oh my gosh, I just finished it. Absolutely 5-star read. I cannot believe this is a debut novel. This man knows how to write. I loved every bit of this. So like I said earlier, we get flashbacks between 4 years ago and then a current timeline with our main character, Mallory. And we know in this current timeline, Mallory is by herself with her 2 children. And we know something bad has happened to the group that she was with, but we don't know what exactly it was. And like I said, we flip back and forth. So Mallory has decided today's the day that she's gonna go and find this other group of people down the river and be with them, because she's been alone with her kids and she's finally decided, like, it's time to try to go somewhere safer. So they make this trek downriver blindfolded in October, and she's never been in this area before. She's just going off of like a loose set of directions, and she uses her kids to help guide her and protect them from anything bad. And this was just so good. I loved how vague it was about these creatures themselves. Like, they literally know nothing about them. They can't see them, they can't detect them. They just know that if they don't even know what them is, you know, is it some kind of entity? Is it a creature? Is it a virus? Like, you know, is it an illusion? All they know is that they cannot see them, and they treat these beings as extremely dangerous because they don't know to what degree of an effect. So like, they hide from them, they don't let them touch them. So along with like not seeing them, they also really try to be quiet. And it was just so good. The past chapters were so intriguing, and the friendships and interactions between these survivors was just so well written and very interesting. It was very entertaining. It just built up to this crescendo of insanity, and I loved the ending. Oh, it was so good. I just want to watch the movie so badly now. I am curious to know though, like if it will sustain the same level of intensity because we're watching a movie. Like in this book, we're seeing everything from Mallory's point of view. Like we only know what she hears and what she's imagining in her mind to be making these sounds or giving them troubles or trying to fight her way through a scary scenario. But in a movie, like we're going to be watching her take that journey. I kind of have an idea of maybe how it's going to play out, but I still think it's going to be really good, and I will try to update you guys if I can watch it today. But oh my gosh, I'm blown away. I don't know if this guy is going to write any more novels, but if he does, I am definitely going to pick them up. Yeah, this was excellent. This is so much better than I imagined. Definitely a 5-star. I would definitely recommend picking this up. It's really not that big. It's like 250 pages. And I'll let you know if the movie's worthwhile. Hello again. It's Monday morning. I just wanted to pop in and kind of wrap up this video a little bit. So last night, me and my fiance did end up watching Bird Box on Netflix. We didn't get to finish it because we had started it a little bit late. I was enjoying it, but the book is definitely a lot better. Things feel a lot more rushed in the movie, and of course they don't follow along like to the T. They definitely change a few things. Sandra Bullock's a great actress, of course, but I'm expecting the ending to go pretty much the same way. But it wasn't a bad movie. I'm sure if you don't like to read and you just like to watch movies and TV, you probably would enjoy it. But anyway, I'll talk a little bit about an audio that I've been listening to. It's called Such a Fun Age by Kylie Reed. Love the cover of it. Just love that like hot pink and blue contrast. This book follows our main character, Amira, and she is a babysitter for the young daughter of a very wealthy white family. And it's about her life. Like, she's 25 years old. She's kind of in limbo. Like, she's got a college degree. She's graduated with a job that she could make decent money at, but she really doesn't like what she's doing at all. And like she gets paid decent babysitting this young child, but it's obviously not like a long-term solution. And she's kind of stuck in limbo, like I said, because she loves this kid. She loves like taking care of her and spending time with her, but she knows like, you know, the time's kind of ticking. She's about to be 26. She's not going to be on her parents' health insurance anymore. And like all of her friends are getting these amazing jobs and moving in these nice apartments and just making progress with their lives. And one night, Amira gets called late to babysit the child for a little bit because the parents have to deal with this issue with the police. So she ends up taking her to a grocery store, like a high-end grocery store, and she gets accused of like stealing the child. And it gets filmed, but she decides that she doesn't want to do anything with the film. Like, she just feels like it's going to impact her life in a big way that she's not ready for. So she continues to babysit the kid. It's also about the mother of the child. Her name is Alex, but it's just really pretentious. She pronounces her name Alix, but her name is literally Alex. And how their lives intertwine and how Alix tries to push like her own agenda on Amira and kind of like racial disparities and racism and inequality. And it's an interesting read. You know, it's very subtle in what it's saying, but it's not pushing any message on you. Like, it's kind of just taking the situation and allowing you as a reader to make your own judgments and assumptions and apply your own biases to these situations. And I am enjoying it. Like, it's not something that I would normally read. I just kind of picked it up on a whim, not really knowing a whole lot about it. I'm interested to see how it's going to end. But I thought I would include it because I had started it a little while ago, and then I had listened to it a little bit yesterday when I was just kind of doing miscellaneous things. But all in all, I would say it was a great reading day. I love being able to do vlogs like this because I feel like I actually get so much reading done. And I think I had a lot of success with my readings. So let me know what you did on your Sunday, if you had it off. Hopefully you weren't working. And I hope you have a great week, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.